YouTube, Internet. This is Grave, coming at you with my buddy GenAce here. GenAce, say hi to the Internet.
Hey, what's going on?
This is our first, I believe it's our first official podcast. This is kind of a, I don't know if it's exactly, It's PC gaming related, right? We're doing PC gaming related stuff.
PC gaming, hardware, software. Yeah, mostly gaming.
Okay. So we got 3 games coming at you today. We're gonna do just kind of general topic of discussion on. I guess the first one's gonna be Evolve. The next one after that's gonna be Alien Isolation, and then I think this stole E3. I mean, it's kind of. If I was to talk about PC gaming, I think this stole E3, which is No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky looks fantastic.
It does. It really does.
It seems it's coming out on PS4 and PC, but PS4 I believe is getting like a 3-month early release. It's not official, but usually that's stupid console crap. It's usually it's usually specific to the console for I don't know, what is it, 3 or 6 months? I don't know.
Yeah,
Who knows?
usually.
All right. Okay. So, I guess what we'll go ahead and start off here with is Evolve. What do you think of Evolve, man?
I'm really excited to see what it's going to bring to the PC market and gaming in general, because you don't really see much in the way of arena games. And I mean, you had Unreal, you had Quake, but it kind of faded away. And I'm glad to finally see some sort of arena-based combat. Especially with combat classes and obviously the monsters. The game really is about the monster itself, not so much the hunters, but it's about that monster and what it can do. And I'm really excited to see what Turtle Rock Studios has in for us.
You're absolutely correct about the monsters. It is all about the monsters, okay? And I think the freaking announcement of the Kraken just made me go absolutely nuts. That made me go absolutely nuts. I'm really hoping that the Cthulhu thing is real. I hope they do put Cthulhu in the game because I don't know. I love that ancient bastard. But I guess what we'll go ahead and do here is since we talk about video games, we'll go ahead and run the Kraken trailer while we're talking about the game here.
Sounds good.
Okay. So 2K's producing it, and then Turtle Rock is making it?
Yeah, so Turtle Rock, is the creators of Counter-Strike, Condition Zero, Left 4 Dead, and Left 4 Dead 2. And so they've got a lot of experience as far as the combat classes are concerned, and overall just a general combat feel. And I mean, from personal experience, I really enjoyed Left 4 Dead, and I absolutely loved Left 4 Dead 2. Just the pacing of it was quick and high-paced, and so I really look forward to seeing what Evolve has to offer in those regards.
What I'm looking at here is you got 4 players, and it's a first-person shooter, of course. I mean, you can tell that right off the bat. But you're hunting. You're hunting this monster, and you're all trying to attack it and take it down. I mean, of course, it's saying you can choose your class. I'm excited for the Trapper. I mean, the Trapper looks really cool to me because it's got a damn pet. I like it how there's a medic and a support as well. Or, of course, you can play the monster.
Yeah, and you know what? For me, personally, I would love to play as the monster. Just that feeling of not only being hunted, but also becoming the hunter. It brings me back to playing, Alien vs. Predator 2, where it was either you were being hunted or you were the hunter, and it was a lot of fun.
So, I don't even know if I said it at the beginning of the podcast, but welcome to Safe Mode. I don't know if I even said that. Did I say that?
You should have. Okay. It's okay. We'll forgive you.
Okay. Well, this is GenAce and I Grave. We're doing a new podcast, and it's called Safe Mode. So welcome to Safe Mode. I would also like to do a shout-out to my friend Evan. He goes by Hand of Poon on the internet, and I'll definitely put a link to his SoundCloud and everything below the video, but he was the one that made the good opening. It's kind of got like a Castlevania dungeon feel to it. But
yeah, I like it. It's deep and broody, and I definitely enjoy it.
Right. So, I think that's what we're going to stick with. But we'll go ahead and let this Evolve thing keep going while we talk about it. Do you have any concerns about the game, though? Do you feel like there's anything that's going to be wrong with it, or that could potentially be frustrating?
You know what? When watching the trailer and even the gameplay from E3 was a concern of mine, because while I like the atmosphere and the general darkness of it, the concern is navigation, especially for the monster. I don't necessarily care about the players, because the players communicate, because you got those 4 players working together. But that one monster, it's solo. You're going to have a hard time navigating, and so I'm wondering, are these monsters going to have any sort of special vision, whether it be night vision, or some sort of heat-sensitive vision, something to be able to navigate around quickly and effectively, and not have to run into a wall? And that's a big concern of mine.
My primary concern is did you ever play the multiplayer mode in Left 4 Dead where 4 people could be the infected and then 4 people could be the humans? Did you ever play that mode?
Once, not much, unfortunately.
So the problem that I had with that mode is you're either really good as the bad guys or you're really bad as the bad guys. And if you're really bad, nobody wants to play as the bad guy. And if you're really bad as a bad guy, nobody wants to play against you because it's not any fun.
Right.
So, with how many people I saw rage quit on Steam when playing Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2, I don't. That's my only concern. Is this balanced enough to promote both sides, or you wanting to play as the monster, or you wanting to play as your class? Is there going to be enough? Is the monster going to be strong enough, or is there going to be enough for you to do it with the monster for you to want to play as it?
Right, and you know what? And I definitely see your concern is, I think it's not so much about the balance. I think it's more about the utility, because the human, the gamer, is capable of adapting, provided that there's no shortcomings, really bad shortcomings, and that's something that you were talking about, how balanced it is. But I mean, I think it's really more about the utility. One of the things about the Kraken, and especially in this trailer, you kind of see some of it, is some of his, electrocute abilities. And I wish, Turtle Rock Studios would have talked a little bit more about the abilities, especially for the monsters. And not just the Kraken, but the other 2 that they've got in the works as well. Because as you said, it's one of those things where you've got to have the abilities to be able to combat 4 players, 4 other people.
Right, and I mean, with that's just, it's honestly my main concern with the game is it going to be balanced? Will it be balanced? And it seems like correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like every monster, they've shown 2, I believe. One is like a giant, ape Godzilla-like creature, and this one is the Kraken. Right. So, from what it looks like, each monster has its own set of abilities and moves. So, yeah.
Go ahead. What I was just going to say was that I'm hoping for the 3rd monster that it's alien-esque almost. It's sleek, it's fast, it's nimble. Be able to run across the walls, things like that. Not obviously screw up the wall running like they have in all the other previous AVP games. But something that really is quick and has that sense of predatory, that sense of, I'm really just going to mess with these hunters, and once they get to a certain level, just demolish them.
That brings up a positive, and then another, I guess, a concern or a positive, or however you want to look at it. In-game communication. Is there going to be an in-game built? I don't know. Steam has a built-in communication system, doesn't it?
It does, but you know what? It's not always the most effective. It's kind of got a poor voice quality from my experience.
Okay.
I think that people are still going to be using TeamSpeak, Ventrilo, Mumble, whatever, those VoIP choices are out there that people use. I would like to see an in-game VoIP system, because that way, if you get a pickup group, everybody can communicate. But then again, you've got to break the barrier of communication that I see with a lot of games. I play Hawken, and I see a lot of people not use that VoIP system. So that's going to be a challenge for the developers, I think.
So, I think in-game chat's going to be a big thing because I don't know. I mean, playing Left 4 Dead, I never really played with anybody that I didn't know already on Steam. Exactly. I didn't really play with anybody I didn't already know, so I guess it's not going to be that big of a deal. I mean, I already know probably the 4 people I'm going to roll with this, and you're going to be one that's included, I'm sure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't push you out. I mean, we're doing a podcast, right? But
right.
Evolve looks fantastic. It looks like it's coming out on the 21st, 10/21/2014. Yep. And unfortunately, that says only on Xbox One. So apparently, Xbox is getting the game first. The beta. The beta they're getting first.
That's nothing new for Xbox. Gets right down to it. I mean, look at all the DLCs for Call of Duty. It's always been Xbox first. Mm-hmm. And you know what? And it kind of saddens me because I'm a Sony person. I do like Sony's PlayStation systems, and so it kind of sucks to have to wait 3-4 months to be able to get access to game content that everybody else is talking about. I can't be part of that conversation, but that's just a choice that I've made.
So your excitement meter for Evolve, are you excited?
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for excitement. I'm really looking forward to that aspect of arena play. I'm actually kind of hoping that there's some sort of esports mechanic to this. I think that would be awesome, especially put a spectator mode in. I think that would be absolutely awesome.
Spectator mode, that would be awesome because then that would promote competitive gaming for that game. And I mean,
exactly.
There should be a competitive game aspect. 4 versus 4 when it should be like best of I don't know, let's say 7 rounds, and each player gets a turn to play as the monster for their team. And however many times you win against it or don't win against it, that counts as a point.
And then just thinking about this, it would be one of those things where you not only get score points, for damage, let's say, but also longevity. How long were you a monster? I mean, that should tally up into your points as well. And, the better the monster, obviously, the longer they survive. If not, just kill the team outright.
How long do you think the monsters last?
You know what? I gotta say, it really depends on the player's skill. I mean, from one of the interviews on E3 was from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. It really depends on the player. And as you said, that kind of goes back to your Left 4 Dead comment about how, if you were really good, everybody wanted to play, but then again, people didn't want to play you just because you were so good at that. So it's kind of, I'm looking forward to seeing what they've got in the time frame.
All right, well, I guess we'll move on. That's Evolve. If you have any feedback on the game that we might not have covered, please leave a comment below. And also, if you're enjoying what you see, just hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. It's a new channel. It's a new podcast. We don't expect to reach out to a lot of people, but if you're just stopping by or you happen to see it, subscribe and let us know what you think. But anything about Evolve that we might have missed, let us know. And
please do.